Folks, you remember the teenager who went tumbling down Splash Mountain? I mean, Tiana's Bayou Adventure at Disneyland. Well, it's happened again, this time not on a ride per se, but rather at Animal Kingdom Lodge. This from Walt Disney World Active Calls. It says, child goes over Animal Kingdom Lodge animal enclosure wall. Reddit user Meta Kate posted a video saying a child sitting on the rock wall decided to slide down into the enclosure at Animal Kingdom Lodge. Here's the video of what we saw and the adults trying to save the kid. There's something important to talk about after this. Hang tight, we'll get there. You can see it's in fast motion. You can see the kid is at the bottom of the rocks. You can see there's a parent at the top. I'll tell you this too, you don't see this, but usually at Animal Kingdom and Animal Kingdom Lodge, they employ these little metal, they kind of look like ferns, but they're metal things that are meant to keep the animals away. And I think they have some low voltage. Is that, Ron, do you know about that? And there you can see they get the kid out. All right. Ron seems to be frozen in place. Poor Ron. He's gone into B mode Yeti.
Elsa was notified and she froze him.
Oh boy.
The heat got to Ron, the heat wave.
MJ, what do you say? There's the little spike things that are supposed to keep animals out, but we've got this kid down. The thing that bothers me so about seeing this, MJ, is that in all of that fast motion stuff, right, the time lapse, we don't see anybody from Disney show up. There's no cast member that comes over. Nobody, comes by to say, hey, we're going to keep, the critters away. Ron's unfrozen. He's back again. Hello, Ron. Welcome back, buddy. MJ, your thoughts on how long we watched this happen with no cast member showing up?
Yeah, let's give that a go again. Jesus, have mercy. I don't do well with stuff like this. I can't stomach a child, in danger, but I was there earlier this year, and when we did our walkthrough at the resort, I was like, it's a little strange because the park itself has a lot of like you were saying, barricades. It's almost nearly impossible for any human being to be able to endure something like this, right? Encounter something like this. But at the resort, I can see this happening. This is just, I've never heard of this before. And I'm sure now after this incident, they're going to have to put some more different kind of fencing or anything to prevent it from happening. Even look at the adults trying to, oh my God, there's now five people now.
Is this outside of Jumbo House or Kidani Village? Do we know?
My understanding,
Jumbo.
Yeah, I think it's Jumbo House. It's outside of, it's when you go down the steps and go out the glass doors. Ron, the fact that the guests, it looks like it's multiple parties get together and, come up with a plan of we'll hold hands and get everybody out. The fact that they do this before a single cast member even shows up to say, oh my gosh, are there not cameras? What's going on here, Ron? That no cast member runs out and says, hey, we've got a plan for this and we're going to, protect your child and get them out of here.
And I'm seeing the entire video. It doesn't seem like one cast member has shown up.
Never done, even not a single time.
That's wild. So I was going to say before about maybe 2 or 3 feet away from what we're looking at right now, the back of the child, right? So there's going to be some
low voltage metal fern things.
Right. They look like ferns and they emit, I believe they just emit a low voltage signal that keeps the animals away from that area. They don't even come close to it. It's
you're
really
right,
weird.
Ron.
I'm trying to think of the last, what?
No, you're right. Now that I remember, because I was just there not too long ago, and the cast members are sparse in this specific area because it's more sightseeing than anything else.
They're usually international program. What we call ICPs, international program cast members. They are cultural representatives that are placed outside. In other words, they're from Africa, right? So the cast members that would be there are typically only trained, if they're outside in that area, they're typically only trained to deal with the guests and tell them about what's
right.
In culture or the animals or those specific things. Lifeguards, I don't know how close this doesn't look close to the pool.
There no there's the pool area with Boma is way far away. There's nobody even they would have no idea this is happening.
This would be a lifeguard's job to handle this if somebody saw it. Like what they would, if somebody saw this happening, I was a lifeguard. I didn't work at this pool, but I would know that procedurally speaking, if somebody saw it happening outside the pool and told a lifeguard, we do a 2-whistle blow, we'd shut down the pool, then the lifeguards would go over to handle this because we have, that emergency training, right? So, but this is weird. Like nobody's coming over to help. And the kid
all right, let me show where this is, Ron, so you get an idea. So the pool you're thinking of at Animal Kingdom Lodge is out here. So for folks, if you go in Animal Kingdom Lodge, for those of you who've been there, you go into the main area here, Jamba, and you've got Boma is under here, and you've got the other nice restaurant over here. And on this side, you've got, I forget the name of the place that you can get the zebra domes out of the refrigerators. Mara, that's right. And here is the giant pool. Okay, this is the pool that you're talking about. One of the best pools at Disney. It's great.
Yes, beautiful.
But where we're talking about, Ron, is straight out the back of the lodge. So over here. So no lifeguards, no nothing.
When you go through the lobby, guys, and then you go down the stairs, there is a very nice area for guests, resort guests, to be able to enjoy like the views of not just the animals, but a lot of like the birds, etc. But there's not much wildlife in this specific area. It's very, very, very sparse. There are cast members, but you would have to continue walking all the way down, and they give you like information. And then the rocks themselves on the inside, not where we saw the child fall, but on the inside, there's actual signage. Do not climb the rocks. Do not attempt. All of that's there. But obviously this small child didn't know any better. I'm not going to say that she disobeyed the rules. She's too little to understand. Mom and dad were supposed to have a grip on this child, and that's the truth.
Right. And so one of the what we think is happening is that somebody probably zoomed in from their own hotel room is catching this. But this area actually has giraffes, at least. I'm not sure of all the animals that are there, but zebras,
zebras, giraffes. Typically those, whatever the big birds are that walk around. I don't remember all of them. Now, things like the Angola cattle are going to be further out and stuff.
They're further out, yeah.
But also, another thing that nobody thinks about that can be anywhere down here or up with the guests are snakes. And the reason I'm saying snakes is because I have absolutely encountered a snake. As a matter of fact, I think it might have been during one of my live streams when I was doing it at Jumbo House. But there was, it was funny because it was like at the cast members' feet. I wasn't scared of it because snakes don't bother me. But yeah, there are absolutely plenty of snakes around that whole area.
But what do you guys think about the response? I mean, there's no response. It's not like we can. It's not like we can do a response time critique here. Nobody shows up. There's a kid in an animal exhibit, and nobody at Disney shows up. Now we can talk about you called them ICPs. Is that right, Ron? Cultural representatives,
like the cultural representatives or international. Well, ICPs would be international college program. These are actually CRs, cultural representatives.
Okay, so CRs,
any age.
But there's still got to, you would think there's still some sort of protocol of, hey, somebody just fell in with the animals, hit the button, get security out here ASAP.
I'm surprised. Why didn't even any of the adults go run to find a cast member unless there was just like literally no cast members around in that area? I don't know this is strange.
My first reaction would be get my baby out of there if it were me, and then someone else can go look for a cast member. But I mean, the parent should have had a grip on her. It's not her fault. Look at how tiny she is.
She's, I don't know if she's 3, I don't know if she's 4, but she's a little bitty. And you're exactly right. It's incumbent on parents to make sure this doesn't happen. Listen, I know crazy things can happen with kids. Kids can do things that you just were not expecting, right? They can sit up on the rock and all of a sudden poof, they go down. You're like, well, how about that? That's not what.
Another situation of parents not talking to their kids and talking to each other. Hey, we got to keep an eye. There's signs everywhere. Do not climb the rocks. So now they're going to have to put more barricades or another type of fencing situation. And it takes away the aesthetic, beautiful, like when you walk through the rocks and like that whole area, it's so pretty because there's not anything ruining it. So now that might have to get ruined and it's going to be an eyesore.
So we're really happy, though. We're really happy that the kid is okay, that everything worked out. But this needs to be, they need to get this more crisp. They need to get this actually working where, hey, there's somebody in the animal enclosure. We don't want it to happen, right? But who knows? Maybe once a year, they've got the data. Something's going to happen. And, what if it would, let's change it up, right? So what if it's something that's dangerous to animals that accidentally got thrown into the pen by a kid or something? It could be some sort of plastic. somebody's got to be able to react quick to this kind of thing. And it just doesn't seem to be there at Disney. We keep seeing this over and over again, whether it's the monorail or whether it was the Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular show, where things are just not as buttoned up and safe as they used to be. I don't know if it's, I don't know what's going on here, but
I agree with you, Pro. When you go into this resort and you go through the lobby, you can go to the left, to the right before the viewing area, that big, beautiful glass where you can see everything out there. Sure. And there's an area like a porch. It's like and they have rocking chairs.
Oh yeah. I love it.
Can you imagine sitting there having your cup of coffee early in the morning and watching this instead of getting a good view of a giraffe or a freaking zebra?
Listen, that would be something.
Your vacation.
It's a story to tell, I would say. That's for sure.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and this is one of the resorts that I didn't work as a lifeguard at, but when I was working for DVC, I worked there a lot of times, so I know the area well. I know, the whole both Kidani and Jumbo House, and my biggest surprise. I don't really think that they need to. They might need to put more signage up, but what they really need to do is make sure that a cast member is always staffed out there, which. Yes. There are certain times of the day when they are. Of course, they do the s'mores out there. They have recreation cast members out there, but they really should have a cast member in that area at all times. Or at the very least, they could, for some reason, I don't know why they didn't have any cameras perhaps aimed at that spot, that you could put up more cameras. That certainly, they probably have 100 cameras in reserve somewhere that they could.
Yeah, I think in this spot, there's usually 3 cast members. Ron, do all cast members typically have some sort of device to radio in and say, hey, we got a problem down here?
Yeah, I mean, we always had, I can't remember, like there's a whole list of codes that we had to memorize and stuff or whatever. But yeah.
Because what you don't want to have is...
You hear, I mean, like if everybody knows, if you've been to the parks, you hear everybody, you hear that, right? And people call it in. So yeah, there's typically a lot of radio chatter and all that.
What you don't want to have happen is that the cast member sees it, has to run in the building to find somebody. You want them to be able to quickly get in touch. It doesn't seem like that happened here. We'll play it one more time for folks who, are saying, let me see that again. Are you serious? Yeah, we're serious. We got all this time. This is time lapsed. So the amount of time that it must have taken, we've got maybe mom or grandma trying to help. Oh, here comes another lady. Do they know each other? We don't know, but they're looking at the situation. Okay. Still no cast member. What are we going to do? Okay. And then we're going to have a cutaway. And all right, there's the cutaway, is that somebody in red shirts has finally stopped by, not cast members, and given them the helping hand they needed to get out of this situation. So in the future, we'd like to see that be, Disney staff who says, how did this happen? Don't do this again. We're getting the kid out. That would be at the least. All right, guys, final thoughts on this one.
I was going to say it would have been really funny if a giraffe had come up, put its head down, kid grabbed on the giraffe.
Did you ever see that video of the kid that fell in the monkey exhibit, and the monkey actually picked up the child and gave it back to the mom? I saw that.
Really?
Yeah,
that
sometimes
cannot be AI. That was not AI. I was like, oh my God.
Sometimes it goes that way. There are other videos you should not see where it does not go the way you would wish for it to. So very important to stay safe, folks, and keep your kids off of the walls, because you never know. Kids are crazy. They'll do things that you were not anticipating. And as MJ said, chat with them and say, hey, let's not go play with the monkeys or the giraffes.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.